Welcome to the Psychology of Success. My name is Alexander. I'm a psychologist by training. I'm also the author of the book, The Psychology of Success, which is right over here. Now, I will leave a link to this book down in the description box below if you want to take a look at it. Please feel free to do so. So today we're going to be talking about victimhood, that mental, psychological affliction where everything that goes wrong in a person's life is someone else's fault. You're doing poorly in life and it is because your parents didn't do right by you. You are not doing well, but it is because the government is terrible. You can't get ahead in life, but it's because your co-workers are in your way. You are unsuccessful because the toxic capitalist setup is designed to keep you down. You are failing because your friends and family members are backstabbers. You are not succeeding because your boss is out to get you, just like the previous one and the one before that. You are not doing well in life, but you have no responsibility in that. Now, in my clinical practice, I have encountered many people who suffer from the victim mentality. Not only do such people fail to achieve success in life, but they also tend to be very unhappy people. Why? Because they cannot fix anything. They cannot get themselves out of their life situation. The reason being, it's not their fault. They could be doing well, but for them to do well, all these people who've been victimizing them, they need to stop doing what they're doing. So that is what we call the victim mentality. As time goes on, people who suffer from a victim mentality get more and more bitter. They get older and they fall further and further behind from their peers, from their family members, and that cloak of victimhood gets wrapped around them tighter and tighter and harder to take off. As that happens, the ability of others around them to help them gets smaller and smaller. It's tragic, really, because people who are stuck in a victim mentality, they too have aspirations of success, right? They do have aspirations of success. But all those desires of success, all of them undone by a single mental distortion, victimhood. But how do people get to that place where everything that goes wrong with them is someone else's fault? Well, in my clinical practice, we can often excavate the reason behind how they come to be at that place in their life. But very often, it's not one single thing that has led them to this place of victimhood. Usually, it is a series of events that have happened over the course of their lives. But more importantly than that, what has led them to a place of victimhood is the choices that they have made in response to the events, bad events, sometimes terrible events, awful events. It's the choices they have made in response to those events that have led them to that place. Bad things happen to everyone. To many people, terrible things happen, awful things happen. As a psychologist, I'm certainly familiar with that and I do not make light of that. I can tell you sometimes people go through horrific events in their lives. But in spite of that, if they allow themselves to be defined by the awful events that have happened in their lives, they're going to go nowhere. None of us would ever get anywhere if we allowed the bad things that happen to us to define us, to make us who we are. Now, we cannot stop bad things from happening to us. We cannot do that. What we can do is we can decide on how to react to them. We can decide whether we're going to let them turn us into forever victims, or march ahead by taking charge of our lives. And often that taking charge means accepting the fact that bad things have happened, seeking help, allowing that right help to help you to forge ahead, get ahead in life. I can tell you this as a person who came to Canada as a young teenager with absolutely nothing to his name to become the success that I am today. I could never have achieved what I have achieved had I allowed myself to get ensnared by the comfort that victimhood offers. And it is comfort. What it allows you to do is allows you to shirk responsibility for your life. It allows you to blame other people for what's going on in your life. That's comforting. You're not at fault. You didn't cause this. It's somebody else, right? You cannot possibly get out of this. How can you? You didn't cause this. So that's comforting that it isn't done by you. You're not responsible. You have no role to play. So if you adopt that mentality and you adopt that mindset, it does relieve you from making sometimes monumental efforts to climb out of ditches that life throws you in. But then you stay in that ditch and you get nowhere. If you want to be successful, you will be on the path to success the day you decide you alone are responsible for your life. Bad events may happen to you in your life, but your success will depend upon the choices that you make in response to your bad events and nothing else. I hope this helps you. If you have a question or a comment, feel free to leave it behind and I'll try my best to get back to you. In the meantime, good luck and take care.